Hey everybody, and welcome to Anime Casuals. I'm Michael, and this
is Johnny.
We might be flickering in and out because we're trying something new with this one. Oh, and there he goes. So, as you can tell behind us, we're not going to call this...
Yes. Take the apple. Bite. Take it.
We are touching over... I wouldn't even call this an analytical review because this is based on our memory of this anime. So this is a loose, casual review of Deathnote. And, you know, behind me we have Light, and above Johnny we have Ryuk. And I'm going to keep these backgrounds going because I think they add a nice little flair, although we start becoming...
I'm fading. No.
No.
Something's gotta be done with your phone.
I think, you know, be it the video issues and Johnny not having a head right now.
Right then I died.
I think they're fun. So we're going to start with some of the main characters. We're just going to go over the quick list of them, and then we're going to talk about our favorites. The first four characters, literally in importance, are we have Light Yagami, who's the main character, the one who's right here. We have L, who is the main, well, I would say antagonist if we're calling this dude a hero. While Death Note is incredibly all about morality. We have Ryuk, who's above Johnny's head, who is a Shinigami, a god of death. And then we have Misa Amane, who is like a pop culture star, but also worships light as... or his other pseudonym, Kira, who is like the bringer of death. And she just basically is like the biggest fangirl.
There's also Nier, who is a brother of L. And they're in a weird household where they have a lot of brothers who are all detectives.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, they're strange, but they're crazy. Crazy smart. Soichiro Yagami, that's Light's father. He's pretty important, I feel, in that he is a constant kind of moral beacon for, I was going to say for L, but really L is not looking for that. If anything, his dad is just trying so hard.
To be honest, that's literally the main list. I mean, like, I've got like a quick little thing from a wiki. But even these characters aren't really the most important. Like, it also talks about Teru Mikami and Kiyosuke Higuchi, which, to be honest, they're only important in, like...
they're important for a bit, but they don't have too much weight on the series, I think is what I'd say. I mean, even Mello, he does have some intense stuff that he goes through, you know, when his head is actually here. No. Mello is one of the other brothers, actually the eldest brother of L and Nier, the detective family. So, I mean, there's a lot of characters in there that are important, but they're not necessarily super important, I guess is what I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, also, the four characters we just mentioned, Nier, Mello, Teru, and Kiyosuke, they're only important in the last maybe 10 to 15 episodes. And I'm saying 10 to 15 because, honestly, I don't remember. And to be also honest, they were not my favorite part of the Death Note.
Damn!
The first part of Death Note was spectacular, very well written. The second part was also really cool, but it felt so separated.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
But to not like really spoil the whole thing and just kind of get you interested in Death Note, we're going to talk about our favorite moments starting Death Note. Johnny, let's go with you. What was one of your favorite moments from Death Note? We might have multiple.
I think probably my top favorite moment towards the beginning of the series when he's kind of still figuring out like what is this book, what does this thing do, and he's just watching TV and he gets the guy's name. He just writes it down. The dude just dies. And then he just starts going on the news and checking all this stuff and just testing everything he can do. Like, this name, this name, this name, this name. And they all just start dropping and dying. Like this, I'm gone. See, I dropped. So that's probably one of my more favorite moments. It's definitely a turning point for Light where he is going full throttle into this Death Note and, you know, all the power that it brings. Being a god, as as I try to hold the apple again.
Hold the apple. And you know, quickly touch on that. I mean, if you don't, I don't want to describe what Death Note is because at this point it's an older anime. If you haven't heard about it, well, I mean, that's also why we're here to kind of get you touched on what's going on. Death Note really is simple. It's all about a Death Note, a book that you write someone's name down on it and they will die. You can be specific. There's a bunch of rules to it, and they are given down by these Shingami.
Angels of Death, I think, is the translation.
Yeah, literally. And when they write down a human's name in the book, killing them before their natural date, they get the lifespan. Doesn't work for humans, and any human that uses it will go to purgatory. Neither heaven nor hell. And I really like, you can see, like, it looks like Ryuk is God and handing down the apple of knowledge to Light. And that really emphasizes what this whole show is about.
He's handing him sin.
Yeah, he's handing him the sin and the knowledge to kill. I mean, all of that is like a nice background to like one of my favorite moments in the series is towards the middle. There's a moment, and you will know what the difference between part 1 and part 2 is. There's a distinctive cut in the storyline, and to be honest, that's where we both dropped off heavily and then picked it up like 3 or 4 months later to finish off.
Small break.
Yeah, a small break. And because it's that heavy. Like the story's like, Kadush! Okay. Right before that happens, there's an amazing moment where Light and his dad and Misa are in a car, and his dad wants to prove that Light is not Kita. Kita being the serial killer, the judger of morality, basically the one true killer of criminals, basically determining whether you're gonna live or not is all determined by this one person. And the police and stuff are like, well, that's not right. The police and the court system should be doing that. And he's like, no, you guys are too slow. We should just kill him right now. You know,
that's the thing. You think he's a hero throughout the series.
Yeah, you totally do. And like that's the thing is like the biggest thing about Death Note is it plays with morality. Is like, is Light a hero or is he another criminal or a devil? Just like, you know, the criminals he's killing. And it's really good. Comment below to tell our anime lucky to watch it because it's great on philosophy. Maybe you can do a philosophy video on it. He also edits our videos, so I mean, like he's watching this right now.
He's not gonna have a choice.
He's not gonna have a choice. He's gonna have to.
Watch a ton of Death Note.
Yeah, he's gonna have to watch Death Note.
That lucky.
I have to. I have to, they say. I'll show them.
Now back to your regularly scheduled program.
So Light's dad is driving the car, and he's like, "Hey, I just need to bring you two to this place, and you know, I'm gonna, you know, we're just gonna sit there, and you know, I'm gonna take you, you know, we're gonna go to where the rest of our, you know, team members are, and blah blah blah." And they're like, "Oh, okay," and they get in the car, and then he just randomly goes crazy. Drives off the side of the road into like an abandoned parking lot or like abandoned lot, and he pulls out a gun and aims it at his son and basically goes, "Are you Kita?" And he's like, "Ah, I'm not Kita!" And like there's mass chaos. It goes crazy. And what I love about it is that this is one of those moments where you're like, but we know he is Kita. What's going to happen? He's going to get shot? What is this? And so the scene proceeds, and basically, like, his dad pulls the trigger, but he has blanks in the gun, and, like, there's this, like, crazy cut where he's like, you hear a, and you're like, oh, he's dead. But, like, he just shot a blank to really, really hone in, basically saying, I'm 100% confident my son is not Kira. And what I really like is that, you know, normally anime is full of a lot of drama. This is very realistic drama, like how much his dad cares about being a police officer and how important it is for him to basically find the world's greatest serial killer, because they don't know about the magic of the Death Note or all this crazy supernaturalness that's going on that's killing people. So it's really a profound moment in the series. I would say the only other moment, I think there's like a sniper-esque scene where I think it's Misa is sitting on top of a building where there's like outside a reporter building, and they're about to be like airing things about Kira, basically hoping that Kira does something for their reporter station, for the news and stuff. And basically the police is like, no, we need to cut this off. This is dangerous. All these people are going to die. And if I'm not mistaken, Misa's sitting up there just going, okay, I got the Shinigami eyes. I'm looking down at people. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. And anybody who she sees who's trying to stop the broadcast, she immediately kills. And finally, the cops get super smart, and they go, oh, let's put on face masks and cover ourselves completely, and then go, like, barge into the station, and they're like, oh, we didn't think of that. Like, so there's a lot of really cool moments, like, that are throughout.
There is one moment, actually, from the Netflix live action.
Please watch the anime before you watch the movie. The movie does not do the anime justice.
It does not. It's an interesting way to look at the anime, but it's definitely not. It doesn't do it justice at all. Watch the anime and don't ever compare it to the Netflix live action. Don't. It's something.
Now, to kind of finish this off, we're going to talk about one character we absolutely loved, and we're just going to kind of like highlight what we like about them and why, because there is certainly a lot of characters in this, because you have Light and L, which is also funny because they both start with L, and then you have the entire task force, which is like 8 people. Then you have a whole nother task force of people, and then you have some side criminals, and then you have like there's layers upon layers of different characters that you see in this anime, but only like 9 or 10 of them are actually important. And then the rest of the ones on the side are really fun. Mine is definitely Ryuk. I really like Ryuk, and this apple actually here being here is really funny because Ryuk loves apples, and it
for whatever reason.
Yeah, for whatever. I mean, it literally doesn't make any sense. But yeah, there's no apples where he comes from, so I don't know how he likes apples. But the trigger for this entire anime was him purposely dropping his notebook into the human world. And in episode 1, he does that. He just goes, I'll just drop this extra notebook I have into the human world just for funsies. And he triggers an entire anime. If you think about it like that. And like he's just having fun the whole time, observing and being scary. And he's like the only Shinigami in the whole series who really takes time to just go have fun. And have fun, yes, of course, means killing a lot of people and, you know, all this craziness. But he's doing it for the sake of being on an adventure, which really makes him a super interesting character.
Yeah, he just wanted to see what someone would do, if I remember right.
Yeah.
He found it, like, what would someone do if I had all this power?
Yeah.
And then we find out.
So yeah, that's my favorite character. Keep it easy, Ryuk the Shinigami. And I gotta be honest, some of the Shinigamis are very, very well. I wouldn't say they have the most personality, but they're they're pretty interesting, and they're very unique for the way that they're done.
I'd be interested in like a prequel series. I don't know how they would do that. Anyway, my probably favorite character, I don't know, I might have to say just his dad, Soichiro Yagami. I honestly just he's not even like that great of a character. He definitely has he's a big moral compass, and you know, if anything, I think I feel for him in a way, you know, just trying and hoping beyond all hope that, you know, his son is not a monster. He's not killing all these people. And even to the end, you know, there's a few moments where, like Michael said, he has the gun, he pulls it on his own son. He even picks up the Shinigami eyes, which I don't know if we said, but that lets you see everyone's name and lifespan.
Yeah.
At the cost of half of your own lifespan at whatever time that is. You know, he's holding on. He has the Shinigami eyes as he's like dying in bed, and he looks at Light and he's like, "You're not a monster. Hooray! I can die." And then he just goes. But you know, I don't know. I felt for the character, and I felt bad for that dude and all of his moral struggles. So yeah, Suichiro Yagami, poor dude.
R.I.P. And you know what? Weirdly, highly moral question: do you believe that Light is a monster? I'm gonna give you an out because I'm gonna say mine. You disappeared right there. That was perfect. I think he is, but I think he had several good points, which, you know, might say something about morality that I believe in. But I mean, he went about what he wanted to succeed in all wrong. He, you know, one person, even if they have the power, should not just be killing everybody based on their own morality, because it's still just one person and how they believe things. But he also had some very articulate points while going through it, just going like, hey, you know, all these systems are broken in some fundamental way, and the way you're going about it doesn't fix anything. Yes, he's a crazy person. He is absolutely monstrous for what he's doing.
A little bit psychotic.
Yeah. I mean, even his relationship with Elle is like, you guys did become friends, and then you know.
Yeah, they're like frenemies.
Yeah, they're like huge frenemies, and Elle the whole time is like, oh, you're like, you know, I have this. I'm pretty sure you're the monster, but I mean, like, you're still a really cool guy.
It's like they're playing a terrible game of Battleship.
Yeah, and the whole thing with Misa, like, he totally uses her, and like, he becomes a very demented person, especially what he does to his dad. But you know, that's the great thing about Deathnote. So now your turn to answer the very moral question.
Yeah. I don't know. To an extent, I agree. No, I definitely can see how there's like several problems with society, and you know how we're dealing with a lot of our criminals. There's a lot of prison overcrowding, and it's just kind of, it's not really fixing the problem. It's just kind of putting it off. That being said, outright killing anybody, probably not a good idea. Because yeah, I mean, we are people. We are not God. We're not anything close to that. So I mean, who are we to, I guess, make those decisions?
Yeah.
I mean, that should be probably, we should just go back to the Wild West. You know, if someone wrongs you, just, all right, let's have a duel. You know, if you're right, you'll not die. I don't know.
Insert picture of Deadwood here.
Yeah, Deadwood, man. Deadwood.
Deadwood, the anime.
Just in one question only. Will we of Deadwood be more than target for ass fucking?
NANI?
Oh, I'd watch it. I would. Why isn't there a Wild West anime? I don't know. That's another anime casuals. I'll make a blog about it, me ranting. So yeah, I don't know. I see aspects where I'm like, I kind of get it. But I'm like saying that from way down the street. Like, you're still very much wrong. You can't just do that.
Yeah.
So.
And I would love to hear some of your comments in the comment section below. I mean, like, what do you believe about the morality of Deathnote? Maybe Lucky will throw in a comment or two about if he had a book that could kill people. I'm just
Deathnote. Who would you know?
Yeah, who would you kill? Yeah, I'm just triggering Lucky right now. So if he wants to cut out any of this, he probably will, and it won't see the light of day.
He should be the apple, like right here.
Right there. The knowledge of Lucky.
I have the opening theme just playing in my head. While doing this, it's weird. Anyway.
Also, Death Note is one of the anime that has an oddly appropriate theme. If you've ever watched something and been like, "Oh, this theme is not at all what the anime is about," Death Note very much is appropriate. So yeah, comment down below. What'd you think about the morality of Death Note? Have you watched it? Have you not?
How many names have you written down?
Yeah. Do you have a death book? Yeah. So I hope you appreciated our casual review of Death Note. We talked about the characters, our favorite moments, and maybe you can comment with some of those below. Otherwise, if you find a random book on the ground that has a bunch of rules in it, probably don't pick them up. Thank you for watching, and stay casual.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our video on Death Note. Please like, share, and subscribe for more anime casuals. Also, our video schedule goes as follows. Video 1 will be on Wednesdays, Video 2 will be on Saturdays, and we'll have a weekend talk that's a little bit more like a podcast on Sundays. As always guys, keep it casual.